Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. As you know, I am the Light Up Tutor, and this is Light Up Tutoring, the only channel you need for GCSE English. Now today we're going to be going through how to spot form in poetry, because I know it's quite a confusing thing for a lot of you. What is form? How do we spot it? How do I analyse it? How do I even write it in an essay? So we're going to try and cover as much as we can in today's video. Of course, as you know already, all of this has come directly from the Light Up Hub. So everything we're going to be covering, we do in way more detail on the Light Up Hub. Okay, so let's get ready. Get your pen, get relaxed, and let's start revising. Okay, what is form and how do we spot it in poetry? So form just simply means the way that it looks on the page. So we can see that in the literal stanza lengths. So if you see the little example I put up here, we can see the different stanza lengths of a poem. It could be one big stanza, it could be broken up into equal stanzas. It's just the way you can visually see it on the page. That is what form is. Now form is slightly different for plays and novellas. We can cover that in a separate video. So there are two things you can spot in form. One of them is rhyme and the other one is stanza lengths. Let's touch base a bit more with rhyme. Now, what does rhyme mean? So rhyme, we could talk about if it has rhyme, if it's got no rhyme, if it's got regular rhyme or irregular rhyme. When we're commenting on rhyme, it doesn't have to have every word is rhyming. That is not what it means to rhyme in poetry. Even if it doesn't rhyme, you can still comment on that. So let's get up the poem here of London. This is in the Power and Conflict poetry. If you don't study that poem, don't worry, but you can still use it as an example. So if we look here in the poem, let's look at the first stanza. We can see that there is some rhyme in this poem. So if we look at the end of the first line and the third line, we've got street and meet, and they rhyme. We can see that they're not actually put together. So we can't call them a rhyming couplet, because a rhyming couplet are two words that are directly underneath each other that rhyme. So if street and meet was line 1 and 2, then that would work. Because it's line 1 and 3, we can see there is some rhyme, but how do we spot it? Now let's look at lines 2 and 4. Line 2 says flow and line 4 says woe. So again, we can see they're rhyming. But of course, as you know, it's not a rhyming couplet. Why not? Because they're not underneath each other. It's lines 2 and 4, 1 and 3. They rhyme together. So in this poem, we would say it's got ABAB rhyme. And all I've done by spotting that is I've looked at the first line, I've just written A as a letter. It's the first letter in the alphabet, I've just written A next to it. And then I've read the second line, and the end word of the second line, which is flow, it doesn't rhyme with the first line, so I call that B. And then I look at the third line and I see, okay, does this rhyme with anything? It rhymes with the first one, which I put was A, so I'm gonna write a little A next to it. And then I read the fourth one, I think, okay, does it rhyme with that one? No, it rhymes with B, so you write a little B next to it. And that is ABAB rhyme as an example. You can get lots of different variations of rhyme, which we go through in the Light Up Hub in a bit more detail, but this is just an example of ABAB rhyme. And remember, you can comment if it has no rhyme as well. Now the other element you can comment on in form is stanza lengths. So stanza lengths, we don't call them paragraphs in poetry, we call them stanzas. So if we look at stanza lengths, we can see if they're equal or unequal or regular or irregular. You can call them either or. So if I'm looking at London again, just because we've already been looking at that poem, let's look at all the stanzas. So let's just count the amount of lines in each part of each stanza. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first stanza has 4 lines. Let's look at the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the second one has 4 lines. Look at the third one, we can see there's 4. So all of the stanzas are 4-line stanzas. Now we call these quatrains. Now you don't need to be able to know to spot this. If you're looking at an unseen poem, if you can't remember it, you can just call them equal line stanzas. But if you do know it, amazing. So 4-lined equal stanzas are called quatrains. So that is what we see in London. Now, if something is irregular, so say for example, all the stanzas are different lengths, make sure you can comment on that as well. That could show something's a bit more irregular or maybe more chaotic, depending on the context and the meaning of the poem. If you are struggling with that context and meaning of unseen poems, or even the poem in Power and Conflict or Love and Relationship, make sure you have a look at the Light Up Hub, because we've got that in so much detail on there. So as an overview, form, you can break it down into rhyme and stanza lengths. You want to make sure you comment on either if it's regular rhyme or irregular rhyme, or if it's regular stanzas or irregular stanzas, because both contribute to the meaning. So I hope you like this quick overview of what form is in poetry. If you want us to go in a bit more detail in terms of like different rhymes or different stanza lengths, we can absolutely do that. Just drop us a comment below. And of course, leave a like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this, because we'll be providing lots more content. Have a lovely rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you later.